Hey everyone. I got an email from Mary. Mary is 60. She is self-isolating. She is looking for a simple yoga practice to do for 20 minutes every morning to give her a good stretch. Mary has done yoga before. She said she's no expert, but she moves daily and she does her own version of yoga on her mat. She has normal blood pressure and she has her doctor's blessing to do yoga. So I have created for Mary this 20-minute morning stretch sequence that is safe and suitable for Mary. And you are more than welcome to join in this 20-minute morning stretching sequence if you feel that it is also safe for your body. However, you need to be very careful with this and make sure that everything you're doing is absolutely safe for you. This practice is for Mary, but for most people who tick the same criteria as Mary and enjoy a lovely, safe, good early morning stretch, please come and join us on the mat. So today we're going to start standing because I think it's nice to start a morning practice standing up, and then we'll gradually make our way to a quieter place of kneeling or seated for a little meditation before a short relaxation at the end. All you need is your phone or laptop set up or TV set up in a way that you can see me with ease. And your yoga mat on the floor, long ways facing me. I have two mats because I'll be moving around a little bit to come closer to you and then to stand back and show you what we're doing. Please only move in ways that feel very comfortable and very safe for you. This is your practice. It's about coming back to what feels good for you. And enjoy the start of your day. Come with me to standing on your yoga mat. And then, if it's comfortable for you, we're going to have bare feet standing on the mat. But if you want to keep your socks on, by all means, keep your socks on. And then you're just going to stand tall and simply. And maybe for you, the feet are slightly apart, or maybe for you, the legs are together. But just come into standing nice and tall on your yoga mat. See, can you really space out underneath the feet, spread out underneath the toes. And then just standing nice and tall, take 2 or 3 big breaths here, allowing the chest to puff up slightly as you breathe and the rib cage area to broaden as you breathe. Your hands are just relaxed by your sides like this, and you're breathing bigger into the places that I'm showing you with your hands, your chest and your ribs. Lovely. And now we'll keep that and include some movement. Inhale, float the arms up to the sky as you breathe in, looking up if that's okay on the neck. Exhale, float the arms back down. Pause here for a moment. So now we're still standing nice and tall and bright. You're going to reach the arms up as you breathe in, down as you breathe out. If it's okay on the neck, you can look up as you breathe in, come back to center as you breathe out. There's a little bit of tone on the tummy. So in other words, a light hold in the muscles of the front body. So you're not kind of collapsing forward as the arms move as best as you can. The center line of your body, and I'll show you from the side, is just nice and tall for all of this. No kind of bowing in the body as the arms move. Feet solid on the earth. Spine nice and long and free and spacious. Next inhale, float the arms up to the sky. Exhale, float the arms back down by your side. Stay tall and spacious and bright through the midline of the body. Do 4 more. This is breathing in. This is breathing out, but you're moving to your breath, not to mine. Top of the inhale, when the arms are fully up, you're looking up, and this is the top of the breath as best as you can, and then arms float down. You don't have to match your breath with your movement, but if it happens for you, it's a nice simple moving meditation to calm and quieten the mind. Last one, we're going to stand tall for 3 breaths, and we're going to notice how that simple stretch feels on the inner body. We're going to continue with this type of movement, this time taking a little more movement into the body, starting by stepping the feet a little bit wider. Drop down into the knees a little bit, so you bend both knees just a little bit of a bend in both knees, arms by your side. And then straighten the legs a little bit, but not to 100% straight. Keep kind of a softness in the knees. Inhale, reach up as before. This time, as you breathe out, as you exhale, take the arms wide, open the chest, reach forward, and just to the point where you can touch down on your legs, or maybe if it's available to you, you can touch down onto the floor. But essentially, we're just folding forward as we breathe out. We're going to pause here for a moment. And then to come back up, we're going to take hands to hips. We're going to keep the chest open and expanded as we rise back up. This is the inhale, exhale, hands by your side. Let's do one with the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive, arms wide, folding forward, all the way down, touch the earth or your legs, bend your knees, drop your head. Inhale, hands to hips, pause here. Next inhale, push into the feet, chest open, rise all the way up. Exhale, your hands by your side, one more just like this. Come with me, breathe in. Arms wide, breathe out. Drop the head. Breathe in, halfway up. Breathe out, pause here, hands on hips. Breathe in, rise to stand. Breathe out, arms by your side, stand tall and bright in Tadasana. Take 3 breaths here. Remember that nice spacious breath we found earlier, try to find that. Nice, well done. And now bend the knees. Shake out the arms, and one at a time, give the legs a little shake. So we're going to think of this practice today as being just a nice, fluid, spacious morning stretch. Next time you find yourself breathing in, reach the arms up to the sky. And this time stay here 5 breaths, reach the left arm a little higher, and then the right. Continue to reach up one arm at a time. As you look up, you lengthen the whole side body. So as you reach the hand up, you're also pushing the foot down into the earth, corresponding foot roots down. 2 more breaths. So for your last big inhale here, reach up through both arms, look back, reach up, exhale the arms down by your side. When the arms fall back down by your side, relax them completely. Take 2 breaths here. See, could you find a quality here, almost like your arms have gone asleep, but the center of the body still tall and spacious and bright. Nice. Okay, great. What is next? Let's do something for the side body. Step a little wider. Now tend here to just kind of judge what feels right for you. When I said to you, step a little wider here, just see where that lands you on your yoga mat. There's kind of no right or wrong here, but when you look down, you should see a nice wide, solid stance. And then lining yourself up in the center of your mat, you're going to turn the right toes to the right. You're going to bend the knee a little bit. Nice. And now from here, just see, is there a little bit of space for you to take that back leg back a little bit and still feel in a place where you're quite balanced and strong and steady and supported. This front knee, we're going to gently encourage it to move back towards the back of the mat, through the center of the spine. Again, we're kind of nice and centered. We're going to take the arms up to shoulder height, extending out through both fingertips. Again, this awareness of trying not to buckle through the center of the body, the midline bright. Gaze out over the fingertips. Take 3 more breaths. Very solid with your feet on the earth. Very aware of breath. Now turn the hand that you're looking at palm face up, drop back, take 3 breaths here. If this is too much, this top hand can just come onto your hip. We're kind of lifting in this pose, again, the chest to the sky and the legs remain nice and strong. Maybe the top arm is reaching back, up and back, last breath. Inhale, come back to where you were, warrior 2, very nice. Forearm to knee, back hand to back hip. Top arm straight up above us to the sky for a moment to get that nice stretch through the chest. And then maybe arm overhead for a few breaths while you continue here to stay nice and strong in the legs. 2 breaths. On your inhale, come back to warrior 2. Take your hands to your hips. Straighten the front leg. Toe and heel the back leg in. Turn the feet to parallel. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, come to the halfway down point, or the point to which you can still see me. And then see, you might need to bend your knees for this. Can you touch down to floor or legs? Maybe you're on your legs here and you're in that halfway down place again. And then looking at your feet, check and see that your heels are maybe slightly wider than the toes, or in line with the toes, and that you're comfortably wide. Again, you might be able to go just a little wider here if it's available to you. We're going to get nice and long through the spine on an inhale, and on an exhale, we soften down. Maybe the hands touch down onto the floor. Maybe your hands are just releasing. Take 2 breaths. On your next inhale, come to that halfway up place, hands on hips. Push down into the earth, come all the way up. Turn the left toes to the left, bend the left knee. Walk in or out with that back leg as you need to. Float the arms up to shoulder height. Soften the shoulders back and down. As best as you can, a nice, tall, spacious, relaxed spine. The knee is back. 3 more breaths. Turn the palm of the hand you're looking at face up, drop back, peaceful warrior, 3 breaths. This top arm can rest on the hip. Inhale back. Forearm to knee. Back arm up and over. Reach from the little toe edge of the back foot to the fingertips. Again, top arm can always come into top hip if you need to for any of these poses, instead of reaching the arm to the sky. 1 last breath. Inhale up, back to your warrior 2, that nice, strong, steady, stable pose. Rise up, toe and heel in. Come back to Tadasana. At the top of your yoga mat, take hands to prayer position at the heart. Today, I'm teaching a really simple tree pose. Taking the weight of your body into your right foot, come onto your left toes, turn the knee to the side, hands to prayer position at the heart. Option 1, stay here. 5 breaths. Option 2, come to here. 5 breaths. See, can you try to avoid kind of sinking down in your tree pose? And see, can you keep yourself tall and bright and rising up in your tree pose? The toes can be on the floor for all of this. 1 last breath. Exhale, touch down, both feet solid on the earth, arms by your side. Back to breath, 3 breaths. Nice, second side. Onto one leg, toes of the other, knees to the side, hands to prayer, foot stays on the floor, 5 breaths, foot floats, 5 breaths. Well done. Exhale down. And soften. Shake it out. So just having a little think about where we've gone with the body today. So we've started with moving meditations that gave us that nice big stretch. We did our half sun salutations to lengthen the back chain of the body. We opened up the hips to each side and we got nice and strong on each side in that place. And then we kind of softened and relaxed the upper body from there. So we've done a lot to take the body through full range of motion. There's one or two last things we need to do to check that we have moved freely and spaciously and softly through a safe full range of motion practice before we have a little relaxation at the end. So last couple of movements we're going to take. First thing we're going to do is a little stretch for the front of your body. So the little space between your feet is before, a little bend in the knees, the tummy that's not collapsing out. In fact, I think I might show you this one from the side. And then hands in your lower back for this. And then gently take the elbows a little closer to each other behind your back. If you can see me, they're not out like this, they're a little closer to each other behind your back. And then lifting chest, throat to the sky. Now again, remembering as best as you can here to keep the tailbone tucked under the lower belly, drawn back. And then straightening the legs, lifting the chest and throat to the sky. Take 2 big breaths here. Oh, gorgeous. Come back to center, standing in Tadasana on your mat. Good boy. Little bend in both knees, hands on hips, lift to the chest, to the sky. Let's keep the knees quite deeply bent for this. So good deep bend in the knees. Come to the halfway down place where you can still just about see me. And I want you to see, could you lead the rest of the pose with your chest forward as you soften down. And then hands to the earth, head drops down. Some people here will feel comfortable straightening their legs a little bit more. Some people will stay with a little bend in the knees. Doesn't really matter, it's what suits you in this moment. Nod your head slowly like a yes, head side to side like a no. And then on your next inhale, hands on hips, that halfway up place, and the spine nice and long as you rise all the way up on an inhale, and exhale your hands by your side. So, the last movement that can be really nice to take into the spine is a twisting action, right? A rotation of the spine. So let's just explore that now. Little bend in the knees or legs straight. I think a tiny bend in the knees might be nice for this. The steady midline, the little bit of tone in your tummy, the shoulders relaxing back and down, hands on hips. Let's turn to one side. It's just a kind of, let's say if you were turning towards the corner of the room that you're in, just that little bit of rotation. Maybe straightening the legs if you're feeling okay in the lower back here, if the body feels good with this. Maybe taking the back shoulder a little further back, as if you were turning to look out over your back shoulder. And this back elbow, release it back. Nice, inhale back to center, just nice and gently to the second side. It's just a gentle rotation of the spine as you turn your chest around and try to lead with that back shoulder going back. Come back to center, soften your arms by your side, shake everything out. One final little movement for us to explore. Bend both knees a little bit. And now start to softly turn from side to side with that twisting motion in your body. But try and do it from a place where the legs remain really solid on the earth. So you keep moving like this. And I'm going to remind you of a few things as you move. Feet very solid and spacious on the earth. A little bend in the knees so you have that nice grounded heavy feeling. Solid on the legs. Your legs are lovely and strong, excuse me, after your warriors. The tummy not collapsing out. A little bit of tone in the belly, the shoulders back and down. You're continuing to move, and I want you to notice as you move here, the hands and the arms tend to skirt away from the body nearly, and you become aware of a softness between the fingers and in the lower arms. And as you become a little more grounded and balanced here, you might find that you can swing a little more around, that you get more mobility and freedom in your spine. And if you find that, you can swing the shoulders around a little more, maybe bend the knees a little more. 1 or 2 last breaths. And then start to slowly come back. Start to slowly come back. And now just rock gently from foot to foot, from side to side for a few breaths as you allow the body to quieten down after that movement and come back. And then coming back to feeling very solid and centered and present on your yoga mat. Hands to prayer position at the heart. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for your yoga practice today. I want you to remember the moments in your yoga practice today where you took your awareness to your strong, capable physical body. And I want you to fully acknowledge your strength in this present moment. Remember all the times in your practice today you noticed your breath, and recognize in this moment your ability to come back to your breath at will. Practice that for 3 breaths, back to breath. Well done. Soften your hands down. I have 2 suggestions for you from this point on. One is to come to seated or kneeling, and you can go and even just sit in a kitchen chair for this. You can sit on a little meditation stool. You can sit on a small cushion. You can sit on a folded blanket. So sitting down on your yoga mat or on a chair for a short breath awareness practice before you close your practice today, or this is highly recommended, set your alarm for this one, your favorite cushion from your couch, your favorite blanket from your couch, a nice, long, grounded, comfortable, spacious, grounded, relaxing Shavasana. Well done for your practice. Enjoy your rest. You stay exactly as you are. When you're ready, you bend your knees and roll over to one side before safely coming up, and then enjoy the rest.